There are roads that don't appear on modern maps, roads so old the state forgot they ever existed. Most of them lead nowhere. Some lead somewhere much worse. If you're ever driving through western Ohio after midnight and you see a lantern hanging beside an empty road, don't stop. It isn't there to help travelers. It's there to choose one. Ethan Cole had spent nearly 15 years driving a tow truck. Storms, snow, broken down cars, dead batteries, flat tires. He'd seen just about everything the back roads of Ohio could throw at him. At least, that's what he believed. The call came just after 1:30 in the morning. Dispatch didn't speak. There was no operator, only static, and the slow ringing of a distant bell. One heavy ring, then silence. His truck's screen flashed with an address, County Road 13, Black Hollow County. Ethan frowned. He'd lived in Ohio his entire life. He'd never heard of Black Hollow County. He reached for his phone. No signal, not unusual in rural areas. Still, something about the dispatch bothered him. No customer name, no vehicle description, no callback number, just a location. He considered ignoring it, but tow truck drivers didn't leave people stranded, not in weather like this. Rain hammered against the windshield as he turned onto a narrow road lined with towering pines. The farther he drove, the quieter the world became. No passing traffic, no farmhouses, no porch lights. Even the rain seemed muted. His GPS screen froze, then went completely black. A mile later, his headlights caught something sitting in the middle of the road. An old red pickup truck. Driver's door wide open, engine still running, headlights cutting through the fog. Ethan pulled in behind it and switched on his amber warning lights. He stepped out into the cold rain. Hello. Only silence answered. He walked around the truck. Fresh mud covered the tires. The keys were still in the ignition. A cup of coffee sat in the holder, steam still rising. Whoever had been driving had left only moments ago. Then, he noticed it. About 50 yards ahead, just beyond the edge of the road, a single lantern glowed through the fog. Its warm yellow light swayed gently, as though someone invisible was carrying it. Ethan called out again. "If you're hurt, I'm here to help." The lantern stopped moving. For several long seconds, it remained perfectly still. Then, it began drifting slowly toward the trees, not blown by the wind, not swinging from a branch, walking as if someone was carrying it into the darkness. Ethan looked back at the abandoned truck, then toward the lantern. Every instinct told him to stay with the vehicle. Instead, he grabbed his flashlight, locked his tow truck, and followed the light into the woods. The forest swallowed the road behind him. Within 20 steps, Ethan could no longer see his tow truck. The lantern floated deeper into the trees, always the same distance ahead, always just beyond the reach of his flashlight. His boots sank into the wet earth with every step. The air felt strangely cold. Not the kind of cold that comes before winter, the kind that settles into your bones. He stopped. Something was wrong. The woods were completely silent. No insects, no frogs, no wind moving through the branches. Even the rain had disappeared, only his own breathing, and the faint crackle of the lantern's flame. "Easier to see than to catch," he muttered. The lantern drifted around a cluster of ancient oak trees. Ethan hurried after it. When he rounded the trees, it was gone. He swept his flashlight across the darkness. Nothing. Then, the bell rang, one heavy, echoing chime. It came from somewhere ahead. The lantern reappeared, farther away now, waiting, almost patiently. Ethan followed. The ground began sloping downhill. The trees slowly opened into a clearing. His flashlight beam caught rows of crooked headstones stretching into the darkness. A cemetery, small, forgotten. Every stone leaned at a different angle. Most were covered with moss. Many had cracked in half. He walked to the nearest marker. There was no name, no date of birth, no date of death, only 4 words. The light remembered. His stomach tightened. He checked another. Again, no name, just the same words. The light remembered. A third, a fourth, a fifth. Every single grave, marked exactly the same way. Then he noticed something even stranger. Beside each headstone sat an old rusted lantern. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds. Every lantern was dark, except one. The one drifting deeper through the cemetery. The flame never flickered, never dimmed. It burned with a warm golden glow, completely untouched by the damp night air. Ethan's radio suddenly burst to life. Static exploded through the speaker. Then, a voice, weak, barely a whisper. Don't. More static. Follow. Silence. Ethan grabbed the radio. Dispatch. Say again. Nothing. The lantern stopped moving. For the first time, it turned toward him. Not the flame, the person holding it. A tall figure stood between the graves, hidden beneath a long black coat. Its hood covered everything above its shoulders. It raised one pale hand and slowly beckoned him forward. One finger, one silent invitation. Ethan took an involuntary step, then another. The figure turned and disappeared into the fog beyond the cemetery. Only the lantern remained visible, waiting. Ethan knew he should have turned back. Every instinct, every year of experience, every warning he'd ever ignored told him to leave. Instead, he followed. The lantern glided silently between the forgotten graves. The hooded figure never looked back, never hurried, never slowed. It simply walked, as though it already knew. He would follow. The cemetery gave way to another stretch of forest. The farther Ethan walked, the older the trees became. Their trunks twisted together like giant hands. Their branches blocked the moon completely. Only the lantern lit the path. Then, the figure stopped. The lantern hung motionless in the darkness. For several long seconds, nothing happened. Ethan tightened his grip on the flashlight. "Who are you?" No answer. "I've been looking for the driver." Silence. The truck's still running. The hooded figure slowly raised one arm. A single finger pointed behind Ethan. He spun around. Nothing. Only trees. When he looked back, the figure was gone. Only the lantern remained, floating, waiting. His flashlight flickered, once, twice, then went out. The forest disappeared into darkness. Only the lantern remained. Its golden glow seemed brighter now, almost inviting, almost comforting. Without thinking, Ethan reached for it. The instant his fingers touched the metal handle, the world shattered, not with sound, with memories. He saw another tow truck, 40 years old, rust-covered, parked beside the same road. A different driver climbed out. He followed the same lantern. He never returned. Another memory, a state trooper, searching for a missing family. He saw the lantern. He followed it. Gone. Another, a teenage couple, car broken down, one lantern, one decision. Neither was ever found. The memories poured through Ethan faster and faster. Dozens, hundreds. People from different decades, different cars, different clothes, different lives. Every one of them following the same light. Everyone disappearing into Black Hollow County. Then, he saw something impossible. The ferryman, standing on the deck of the old ferry, watching silently as another passenger stepped aboard. The lantern hanging beside the dock was identical. The same warm glow, the same impossible flame, the same invitation. Ethan stumbled backward. The vision stopped. His hands shook uncontrollably. "No," he whispered. "This isn't real." A low voice answered from somewhere behind him. "No," it said. "It has always been real." Ethan turned slowly. The hooded figure stood only a few feet away. closer than ever before. Its face remained hidden inside absolute darkness. No eyes, no mouth, no skin, only emptiness. The lantern rose between them. Its flame burned brighter than before. The figure extended it toward Ethan, offering the handle once again. Then, for the first time, it spoke, in a voice that sounded like hundreds of whispers speaking together. "Someone," it whispered, "must always carry the light." Ethan stared at the lantern. Its golden flame danced without heat, without smoke, without consuming a single drop of oil. The hooded figure never moved. It simply held the lantern toward him, waiting. The whispers returned, not from the figure, from the woods. Hundreds of voices, overlapping one another. Some begged for help, some cried, some prayed. Others simply repeated the same warning. "Don't take it. Don't carry it. Run." Ethan stepped backward. "I don't want it." The figure tilted its head. Then, slowly, it lowered the lantern until it rested on the ground between them. The whispers stopped. Complete silence returned. Even the forest seemed to be waiting. Then, Ethan noticed something lying beside the lantern. An old leather journal. Its pages were swollen from years of rain. He picked it up. Most of the writing had faded. Only the final page remained readable. It contained a single sentence. "The light never chooses. It waits for someone who refuses to leave another behind." Ethan's stomach tightened. He thought about the abandoned pickup, the missing driver, the dispatch call, the warm coffee still sitting inside the truck. There had never been anyone waiting for rescue. The rescue call had been for him. The lantern suddenly flared brighter. The hooded figure began to disappear, not walking away, simply dissolving into the darkness, until only the lantern remained, standing alone, waiting. The whispers returned one final time. This time, they all spoke together. "Choose." Ethan closed his eyes. Every missing face he'd seen in the visions flashed through his mind. If he walked away, someone else would eventually answer the next call. Another tow truck driver, another police officer, another lost traveler. The cycle would continue. Slowly, he reached down, wrapped his fingers around the lantern's handle. The instant he lifted it, the flame turned from warm gold to a cold blue. The forest exhaled. Wind rushed through the trees for the first time all night. Somewhere in the distance, the bell rang once. The hooded figure was gone. In its place, Ethan saw only an empty coat lying on the ground, as though whoever had worn it had simply ceased to exist. Morning sunlight finally broke through the clouds. County workers found Ethan's tow truck parked beside an empty stretch of road. The engine was still idling. Its emergency lights continued flashing. The radio repeated the same unfinished dispatch request, over and over and over. But Ethan Cole was never found. Some truck drivers still talk about County Road 13. They say if you're stranded after midnight, a tow truck always arrives. The driver never says a word. A blue lantern hangs from the back of the truck, and before anyone climbs inside, he always asks the same question. "Are you certain you want to go home?" Because in Black Hollow County, every keeper was once someone who only wanted to help. This has been GrimToldHorror, and I will see you in the dark. But before you leave, think about this. If your phone rang tonight, and the only thing you heard was a single bell, would you answer the call, or would you let someone else become the next keeper? If you enjoyed tonight's original horror story, leave a lantern in the comments so I know you survived Black Hollow County. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on the bell, because every Thursday we uncover another forgotten place. another impossible mystery, and another piece of the grim archives. Until next time, drive carefully, watch the roads after midnight, and if you ever see a lantern waiting in the fog, whatever you do, don't follow the light. I will see you in the dark.